What is this?
CitySide Music Ministries.
I like this music.
Hallelujah. In Jesus' name.
Yeah. I know you don't know God and you don't know Christ, but over here is the good life. I know you got feelings for me, and I got a little feelings for you.
Gotta get Jesus Christ in your life.
We got to be both equally yoked.
Ooh,
Yeah.
lady, gotta get Jesus Christ in your life.
For kings and queens, this is King Stevian checking in with y'all for the 100 Kings and representing the 100 Queens. Clash your swords. Clash your swords. All right, so today I have 4 different forms to talk about. I was scrolling. Actually, I woke up this morning and someone had something posted. And I remember this other form, the 3250. You might want to pull that up too, because I see y'all see the 8832 there on the screen. And there's a reason why I'm starting off with that. One of the queens had spoke about the 3250 about 3 months ago. Maybe it was 2 months ago. And was saying, well, you still have to file this. You still have to file this. And she was absolutely right. You know, after I took my time and looked at it, because it's 2 ways to look at this thing, okay? And we're starting with the 8832. The 3250, if you're an executor or grantor, then you would have to fill that out. Now, with all the other forms I'm talking about, it'll be the 5471 and the 8621 form. It gets kind of tricky. And the reason being is because if your foreign grantors trust. Now, I thought about it this morning. I said, wait a minute. Foreign grantors trust. That means that trust belongs to who? The grantor. And where's that grantor from? The U.S. Okay? So that trust, that foreign grantor's trust belongs to who? That grantor. So that means that trustee that's hired over in that other country is the one hired to manage pretty much the affairs of that trust and to bring in some type of income or whatever you want to call it, interest, dividends, and that's why the 8621 comes into play. Now, like I said, it gets kind of tricky because these forms, not the 8832, are for foreign, let's see, U.S. companies that own part in foreign stocks, okay, or companies. And when you're merging, it depends on how you merge the companies. If it's just going to straight out own it, or if it's going to be a partnership. Now, if y'all go back to my video, just type in child support form 8832, and you'll see how I filled mine out. But let's go ahead and read. What is the purpose of form 8832? An eligible entity uses form 8832 to elect how it will be classified for federal tax purposes as a corporation, a partnership, an entity disregarded as separate from its owner. Okay? An entity disregarded as separate from its owner. Okay? Now, I wanted to go over. Let me just go ahead and read these definitions first before we go on. Now, this right here is your 8621 form. Okay? It is a foreign investment, okay, company. Okay? A passive foreign investment company, is a corporation located abroad which exhibits either one of two conditions based on either income or assets, at least 75% of the corporation's gross income is passive. That is, derived investments or other sources not related to regular business operations. Now, you're not going to be opening up a McDonald's, okay? So most of the time when we start our trust, we are going to be putting bonds on the market, creating mutual funds, and that's where that income going to come from. And that trustee's job is to make sure that this stuff is handled so that way that income can come in, okay? So if all you're doing is bonds and stocks, then this would apply to you, the 8621 form, okay? Now, let's go over. Oh, we're going to talk about that yet. Okay. U.S. investors who own shares of a PFIC must file IRS Form 8621. This form is used to report actual distributions and gains along with income and increases in QEF elections. Right? Go again. Passive foreign investment company. In brief, certain U.S. persons may become subject to the passive foreign investment company regimen if they own an interest in a foreign corporation that invests primarily in passive investments or become U.S. persons while owning such interests. Now, your grantor is in the U.S., okay, unless they get citizenship someplace else. Then that's a different story. So the grantor, like I said, the foreign grantor's trust, because that trust belongs to what? The grantor. So that means he's an owner in that. Now, depends on how you do your 8832, the percentage of ownership. If the grantor just gives a certain percentage away to that foreign corporation, then it's a different ball game then. But we're going to speak how we're doing it right now. You're the grantor in the United States. You hired that trustee that you said is going to be the trustee when you set up your foreign grantor's trust, the 98 number. So now you're owner. You are a owner. So yes, you have to fill out the 8621. Like I said, unless you change some type of ownership, the percentage of the partnership, and you have your documents to prove it, then you're not 50% or more owner in that. And that's where your 5471 comes into play. Okay? But if 75% more of that income is coming from stocks and bonds, then yes, you got to report that. Sorry. Let's get over here and look at this 8832. Okay? Like I said, y'all can look at my video on this, and I'll show you how to fill it out. If you go down, let's see. I'm not going to show you how to fill this out because the video shows you how to fill it out. But when you get down to line 4, it says, if the eligible entity has one owner, provide the following information. Okay, and what this is how you take it from the U.S. and put it in to that foreign jurisdiction. Okay, so now the trust pretty much owns the estate. The grantor pretty much just gave it away, in a sense. But remember, you're going to have some type of documentation showing the percentage that the grantor still owns, which I would definitely put up under 50%. Okay? But it can be an agreement that the grantor makes with the foreign grantor's trust. Keep that in mind. Get your agreement between the grantor and the foreign grantor's trust, specifying everything about the foreign grantor's trust. And pretty much the grantor is giving that estate away, so that way that foreign grantor's trust can take care of his or her children, which are the beneficiaries, or him or she, which will become a beneficiary or be a beneficiary, because you can be a grantor and the beneficiary too, as we have discussed. So then you just sit back and you reap the benefits while the foreign grantor's trustee is doing his magic. Okay. Now you see right there, name of owner. Again, that's where your trust goes, foreign grantor's trust. And then identifying number of owner, and that's your foreign grantor's trust number. And that's how you transfer ownership over to the foreign trust. Now, they got a spot on here where it become a partnership as well. You look right here on line 6. It says a foreign eligible entity electing to be classified as a partnership. Now, that's, again, where your agreement comes into play, where you can say you get 50%, I get 50%, or you get 75%, and I get 25%. And what that'll do for the grantor is keep him out of harm's way with the 5471 form. Okay? So, y'all guys really need to grab these forms, print them out, read the instructions for each. Okay? And decide how you want to maneuver. Don't do what I do. Okay? Your situation might be different. You might want to be taxed a certain way. But as we were talking in the conversation last night in the meeting, one of the kings said that they can't tax you more than $600 anyway. So, but, and then you got a domestic eligible entity electing to be classified as a partnership. So, now if you got your trust or your state over here, then you put it as a partnership, and that's where you put eligible entity, and it says it is created or organized in a foreign jurisdiction, provide the foreign country of organization. Okay, so that's your foreign grantor's trust right there. Okay. Now, y'all guys got to go through this and read it yourself, decide which one you want to use. Okay. Don't take my word for it. Go read it yourself. Okay, so let's get out of there. We're going to go into the 3520. Now, when I saw this information, and I read all the other ones, because I'm the type of person I like, it's definitely when I deal with finance, I like going in and reading each one. And I was saying that the 5471 didn't apply, but it depends on the amount of ownership that the grantor has in that foreign grantor's trust. Even though he granted the funds to start that foreign grantor's trust, he can still decide in your documentation, make sure it says this, that you are less than a 50% owner. Okay? Now, you can still have 100% benefits, but just don't be 50% or more owner. Okay? Not saying it's bad, but sometimes you want to let the trustee do what he or she needs to do. Okay? And while you benefit, you can put up all the funds. Okay? It says here, U.S. persons and executors of estates. There you go. Of U.S. descendants. File Form 3521. Excuse me. And there you go with your Form 56 and all that. Because you know it says descendant or decedent. It says certain transactions with foreign trusts. Ownership of foreign trusts. Now, once you give that ownership over to that foreign grantor's trust, then you still are an owner. So you are an owner of that foreign grantor's trust, Mr. Grantor or Miss Grantor. Ownership of foreign trusts under the rule of sections Internal Revenue Code 671 through 679. Go read it. Receipt of certain large gifts or bequests from certain foreign persons. Go look up what a bequest is. Okay? Now, this is what's important. Anytime you go to any form, publication, or whatever, let me tell you the key for everyone to start understanding. Scroll down, and you're going to see related items. You see here, about Form 706. 1041, 3520, 4970, Schedule D. See, you got all these forms here that you need to know about relating to what? 3520. So I don't care if it's a Schedule C, if it's a W-2, you need to go down and read your related item topics. And that's how you get your full understanding of anything dealing with the IRS. Okay? Don't just go read 3520. Annual return to report transactions with foreign trusts and receipt of certain foreign gifts. And then you just read, it's at the end, and you close the page. No. You need to go down and read all this stuff. Okay? Because it applies to you, especially the very top one. 706, 709. We know those are important. If you don't understand it, what you need to do is go over to Radiant Clone's channel and look at that video about the 706 and 709. Okay? And I think that's in the military class one. Okay? Any more things I got to talk about on this one? No, I don't think so, because this is dealing with you being a grantor or the executor. Okay? And if that's what you are, then yes. If you got your 98 number, you have to use this. Let's see what else we got here. Do I got anything else? Nope. Let me see. 8832, 3520. Let me show you the form. Annual return to report transactions with foreign trusts and receipt of certain foreign gifts. And you see right there, got an initial return. And this got to be done annually, guys. Partnership, if you was a partnership. So this stems from your 8832. Okay? Corporation, amended return, trust, executor. See? Check if any accepted specified foreign financial assets are reported on this form. Boom. Study these forms. And we can have some meetings to go over all these forms as well. But I suggest that y'all guys do your study on it, come back to the group, and we all talk about it that way. If I miss something, you can correct me or give me what I didn't get. It's going over. Got the 8832. Matter of fact, let me get that out here. 5471. Okay. And there's a couple of these. There's a lot of 5471s. They got different ones. This one right here says organization or reorganization of foreign corporation and acquisitions and depositions of its stock. Now, how are you getting rid of your trust stock? So a trust is still a company from what they're saying. Okay. Like I said, you can study this form on your own. Amount paid, given, name of shareholder, disposing of stock, class of stock. Learn about the classes of stock as well. Common stock, preferred stock. So, when you started out as a baby, you should have started out being taught about accounting, stocks, bonds. That's all you need to be teaching your sons and daughters, really. You know, of course, reading and history, real history, that tells you need to keep them out of them schools. Because if they don't know this stuff here, I'm telling you, they're going to be lost forever. They're just going to be walking around counting FRNs, talking about 1 + 1 is 2. 10 times such as... No. They need to know this stuff. So if a dude walk up to your daughter and he ain't talking stocks and bonds, get the hell out of here. That's what you need to tell him. Get out of here. Do you know anything about stocks and bonds? No, ma'am. Well, get out of here. You ain't talking to my daughter. And then the daughter pick up the calculator and finish calculating. 1 million to the 33rd power divided into 100,000 shareholders. You see what I'm saying? So, but anyway, that dude might be amazed. Can I get your number? And then the mama be like, do you got these numbers she got on her calculator? No, man. Well, get the hell out of here. Anyway, information return of U.S. persons with respect to certain foreign corporations. All right. Again, study these forms. Okay. Now, I don't know which one you might want to use, but I know the 5471s, it's a lot of them. It's different ones. So research, see which one applies to you. Talk with someone who is competent to help you understand them. And guys, I already talked about the 8621. Okay. Matter of fact, let me see if I got it. I don't think I got the 8621. Let's see. That's my beautiful daughter there. Okay. Boom. Let's go here. Shareholder of passive foreign investment company. Passive. You ever heard of the pass-through accounts? Passive. Okay? That means you don't have to go out there and work busting your butt to make $1. You give that money to someone else, they invest in it, and that money comes back to the trust. Okay? Returned by a shareholder of passive foreign investment company or qualified electing fund. A U.S. person that is direct or indirect shareholder. See, that'll be your grantor. Of a passive foreign investment company files Form 8621 if they receive certain direct or indirect distributions from a PFIC. Recognize a gain on a direct or indirect deposition of a PFIC stock or reporting information with respect to a QEF or Section 1296 mark-to-market election, or making an election reportable in Part 2 of the form, are required to file an annual report. This is annual. Guys, and we talked about this stuff last night about the 1096 and saying that, oh, you're supposed to do it once a year. That is not true. That is not true. Not true, not true, not true. No, when it says annual. Now, some documents might say annual, but some documents you can do more than once. This one is an annual one. These ones I'm talking about here. Now, the 8832, you can do that once. Now, one idea I had was to do one for each. And let me tell you what I mean by that. The domestic side, you do a partnership, or you can do a partnership with the foreign trust. And you can do the 8832. Then you flip around and do another one for the foreign company doing business with, in partnership with the domestic trust or estate. Excuse me. You see what I'm saying? So that way it's covered and it's definitely documented and it's in stone. That's only if you're doing a partnership. Now on mine, what I did, I just gave the corporation, the estate away, still a corporation, to the foreign grantors trust. With the estate here or the trust here owning 0.000000000000000001%. But make sure your documentation states that. But that agreement still is in effect. So that way that trustee still gives the funds or whatever to my beneficiaries, which is me kicking back, eating my ice, and my daughters and sons and grandchildren. And I need to make a certificate beneficiary certificate for the unborn. The unborn. Yeah, I'm just going to make a certificate that just says unborn children. Unborn grandchildren. This is yours. You said, where your name at? I said, right here, unborn. You're unborn? Yeah. So then my granddaughter that's going to be born, grandson that's going to be born, because my sons haven't had children yet, they can tell the courts, well, you know what? I'm not even born yet. You can't put me in child support court. You can't say I'm dead. I ain't even born. I'm just messing with you. Anyway, guys. So, again, study these forms. Your 8832, your 3250, your 8621, which is the PFIC, and your 5471. And there are still a couple more, okay? You need to know if you're operating as a domestic or if you're operating as a foreign. Because some people don't even know what they're operating as. You can operate as a partnership and just do 50-50. One thing I did was set up a trust here, a domestic trust as well. So that way the beneficiary is the actual trust in the U.S. So you got the grantor, the estate, which gave ownership over to the foreign grantor's trust. And the foreign grantor's trust works for the beneficiary, which is the domestic trust. And under that domestic trust, then there's beneficiaries up under that. You get that? And you can work yours out however you need. But y'all guys give me a call, 850-345-4120. If you got anything to add to this, add it in the comment section. If you want to join the kings and the queens, hit me up, 850-345-4120. Everyone who's just starting this stuff, trying to be free, go to my video, First Steps to Freedom, or First Steps to Become Free. And that's the one you need to watch. And jot down all those things that you need, all 11 steps or more. Write them down. You need those forms, call me and I can get them to you. All you kings that I did not reach back out to over the phone, please give me a phone call so we can chop it up and I can get you in the kings. Even though some of y'all I didn't talk with, I still sent y'all a link to the meeting, a phone number, and y'all came. And I thank y'all for all coming. I want to give a big salute and much love. God blesses to Queen, I'm going to call her Empress Zafina, okay? Zafina Bay. Much love to Empress Shaquille, Empress Ali, all the queens, Queen Maggie, who else we got? Queen Kim, Queen Laquita, got a lot. See, the females are growing, so I'm happy about that. We need our queens, our empresses, to be there to back us up and help us out, because we can't do nothing without y'all. I want y'all to know that. We salute y'all females. Y'all like the heart of the family. So I salute you all. Okay. So guys, if y'all use this information to get free, don't blame me. Blame the Lord. Won't he'll do it? Oh yes, he'll do it. So what you need to do is get this knowledge and start to pursue it. I'm King Stevian of the 100 Kings and the 100 Queens, representing Clash Your Swords. Yes, and I am out. See you on the next video. Peace.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
What is this?
CitySide Music Ministries.
I like this music.
Hallelujah. In Jesus' name.
Yeah. I know you don't know God and you don't know Christ, but over here is the good life. I know you got feelings for me, and I got a little feelings for you.
Gotta get Jesus Christ in your life.
We got to be both equally yoked.
Ooh, lady, gotta get Jesus Christ in your life. You will see your soul tonight.
Homes in Christ, baby, that's right. Once you accept him, things will be right. Here's a little toast to the good life. Out of the darkness and into the light. Nothing man can do can separate the two. God is the one and Christ is the two. I be the three, hoping you can be my queen. Spreading the gospel, Christ, you and me. You in love with your feelings, but that's Christ you're feeling. Because he lives in me, no sin in me. Even though I'm a man, doing business in Japan. That's how the Father blessed me. The devil tries to stress me, need a woman of God in the king's hill life so she can go to war with me. That Christian swag fit me. Can you imagine a life with no light, but you walk in the life? You'll accept Christ tonight.
Ooh, lady, gotta get Jesus Christ in your life. Ooh, lady, gotta get Jesus Christ in your life. We'll see your soul tonight.
Now you wash my feet, use your hair like Mary. I know the type of queen that God had prepared me. Better than the roof, she's a different type of breed. G5, she fly, in Christ she free. She'll be the one to raise her children in Christ and be dedicated to Christ for life. Church in the house on a Sabbath day, like Aquila and Priscilla, she's a real go-getter. This is why I say I gotta get you home. Trying to do good without Christ, you are alone. Even though the Father never leaves you or forsakes you, you're doing okay, but it matters where he can take you. Cruises around the world, cruise to Alaska. But did I mention you rhyme with this past? Can't you imagine a life with no light, but you'll see the light if you accept Christ tonight.
Ooh, lady, gotta get Jesus Christ in your life. Ooh, lady, gotta get Jesus Christ in your life. We'll see your soul tonight. Gotta get you home tonight in order for things to be right. Accept Christ, Christ. In that day you hear his voice, sister heart and not your heart. Accept Christ, Christ. Ooh, lady, gotta get Jesus Christ in your life. That's what you wanna do. Ooh, lady, gotta get Jesus Christ in your life. We'll see your soul tonight.
And now that your soul is won,
We'll see your soul tonight.
well, we can toast one. Wine's good for the body, baby.
Gotta get you home tonight. In order for things to be right. Accept Christ, Christ.
Jesus. We got to build for this kingdom. God made me a king like him. We're going to build. Win these souls. Yeah. And you that Carmel queen. Yeah. Pick up the album January 2015. King Stevian, Trap Time.
Ready to be one, ready to be one, ready to be one, ready to be one,
I'm ready.
ready to be one, ready to be one, ready to be one,
I'm ready.
ready to be
I'm ready.
I'm ready for the one that my Father has for me. Not ready for sins, phony friends, all black.